Good morning, class. Welcome back. I hope you have done your work which I had given you yesterday, completed everything. Right, today we will do question number 16 only, and you don't need to do the other questions and the conversion, some part of the conversion. So this is my last video. After this, you are going to just do the revision work. Okay. So let's get started with question number 16. Now question number 16 says, how many times a wheel of radius 28 centimeter must rotate to go 352 kilometers? Now a wheel. What is the shape of a wheel? The shape of a wheel is usually round. Okay, we have a wheel in a round shape like this. When the wheel is rotating means moving. So if the wheel is moving, if I see the wheel moving, if this is your wheel and it is moving, okay, what of the wheel touches the ground? What of the wheel will touch the ground? If this is the ground, okay, the wheel is touching what of the wheel is touching the ground? The circumference of the wheel. Okay, now if my wheel is starting to rotate from this point, let me take it as A. Okay, I mark a point on this also. If you can see the black marking, that is the point where I'm going to start my rotation. Okay, if I start my rotation at this point, so I'm keeping my point where I have marked black on the point A. Now I rotate. When I'm rotating it, if you look at it properly, you will see the black point is moving. Okay, so it keeps moving, it keeps moving, it keeps moving till it touches the ground again at this point. So the point where it touches the ground, that marking, I'm marking that again. Okay, so this is the point when my wheel was rotating. I had placed this point. Can you see the marking point? This point at A. And then I moved it around like this. Touching the board, I moved it around. And when this point came back to the board again, okay, I marked that point as B. So this was my point B. Now from A to B, a straight line has formed. A straight line. So when the wheel moved once, only once, okay? When the wheel moved once, only once, right? It covered this distance. It covered this distance. So this distance is equal to the circumference of the wheel. From here to here, the wheel traveled on its circumference. So from the distance from A to B is the circumference of the wheel. Now keeping this in our head, we are going to find how many times a wheel will rotate if it has to cover a certain distance. Now the distance has been given. Okay, distance from A to B has been given. Okay, now we are going to see how many times the wheel is going to rotate. Now if I take it from here, okay, when it moves till that comes back to to the point where it is black, this is one rotation. That means one circumference is one rotation. And then again another rotation. till it reaches here. That's rotation number 2, or 2 circumference of the same wheel. Again it moves and goes right up and reaches here. So that means this wheel which I have taken from A to B, it is moving 3 times to reach B. Okay, it is reaching 3 times, because every time a certain circumference is covered, then another circumference is covered, then another circumference is covered. So it's rotating 3 times to cover that distance. Now that rotation, one rotation means it is 1 circumference. So what we need to find is the circumference of the wheel and divide the distance by the circumference. So you will get how many rotations or revolutions the wheel did to complete that distance. So using this, we are going to do it. So the concept about this question is, if the distance is given, this is question number 16, distance that has to be traveled is given. The distance given is 352 meters. That is the different distance it has to cover. Now, what else is given? The radius of the wheel. Radius of the wheel is given as 28 meters. Pi is also given, which is 22 by 7. Now, if the radius and the pi is given, then we can find the circumference. Circumference is distance covered in 1 revolution or 1 rotation. So first let us find the circumference of the wheel. Circumference of the wheel will be given as 2 pi r unit, which is 2 multiplied by 22 upon 7 multiplied by radius, that is 28 meters. 7 ones are 7, 7 fours are 28. So you have 44 multiplied by 4 is 176 meters. So the circumference of the wheel is 176 meters. That means if it goes 1 round, it is covering 176 meters. Okay, so to cover 352 meters, how many rounds it has to make, that is what we have to find. Now to find that, divide the distance given by the circumference, you will get your answer. Okay, so sorry, this is not meter, this is centimeter. Radius is given as centimeter. I didn't read it properly. So this is centimeter. Okay. Now, you have to find centimeter and this is meters. Now, the distance is given in meters, whereas circumference you got in centimeter. So what we will do is we convert the distance also into centimeter so that we can find how many times it is going to rotate. Okay, so the question was to find the number of rotations divide the distance given by the circumference. Why are we dividing by the circumference? Because circumference is the distance covered by the wheel in one rotation. Okay, so now we are going to do this. So here, I'll rub that off afterwards before I write. We will start here. Number of rotations is equal to distance upon circumference. Okay, which is equal to 176. First write this down. Right. What do we have? Distance is 352 meter, whereas circumference is 176 centimeter. When we are doing division, remember children that the unit must be same. So we will convert 352 meters into centimeter. Now to convert it into centimeter, 252 only, no? Yes. To convert it into centimeter, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So 352 meters will be equal to 352 multiplied by 100 centimeter. So here what we are getting is 352 multiplied by 100 upon 176. Now the units are same, so we don't write the unit. Now 176 goes into 352 2 times. 176 multiplied by 2. 6 2s are 12. 7 2s are 14 plus 1 15. 2 1s are 2 plus 1 3. So this is 176 ones, 176 2. So how many rotations? 200 rotations. So your final answer will be, therefore the wheel rotates 200 times to cover 352 meters. To cover to 352 meters. Now that's all for in this exercise. Applications we are not doing, so we are not doing exercise 11.4. Okay. In this exercise also, we will not do question number 14, 15 and 17. These 3 questions we will not do. Okay. Right. Now we go on to our next part of it, that is conversion of units. Conversion of units are important when we are finding area as well as distance. Okay. Now let me start with simple conversions first. If I go with centimeter, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Okay. This is a simple conversion. Now, if it is 1 meter square, area is always given in squares. So we are looking at the conversion of area here. If it is 1 meter square, then 1 meter square means 1 meter multiplied by 1 meter. which is equal to 1 meter is how many? 100 centimeter multiplied by 100 centimeter, which is equal to 10000, that is 10,000 centimeter square. 1 meter square is equal to 10,000 centimeter square. Now from a greater unit to a smaller unit, the unit value becomes more because we are multiplying. But if it is from a smaller unit to a greater unit, we will be dividing. For example, 1 centimeter is 1 upon 100 meter. Smaller unit to bigger unit. Now 1 centimeter square will be 1 upon 100. 1 centimeter square is, let me take it this way, 1 centimeter multiplied by 1 centimeter, which is equal to 1 upon 100 multiplied by 1 upon 100 meter square. This will 1 upon 100 meter square, because here you get meter and meter, which is equal to 1 upon 10,000 meter square. 1 centimeter square is 1 upon 10,000 meter square. Now you need to remember these. You need to remember that 1 meter square is equal to 10,000 centimeter square, or 1 centimeter square is equal to 1 upon 10,000 meter square. Now another unit of measuring area is hectares. It is known as hectares. Okay. Now let us see what a hectare is. 1 hectare, we write it as HA, which means it is, let me write it here, hectares. Okay, 1 hectare is equal to 100 multiplied by 100 meter square. 100 meter multiplied by 100 meter will give you 100 meter, will give you meter square. So we can write it this way also, 100 meter. Wait, let me write it clearly. One hectare is always equal to 100 meter multiplied by 100 meter, which is equal to 10,000 meter square. 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 meter square. Okay? Or if I take it the other way round, now 10,000 meter square, you can convert it into centimeter square also, right? See, 1,000 centimeter square is equal to 1,000 upon 10,000 meter square, because 1 centimeter square is 1 upon 10,000 meter square. So 1,000 centimeter square will be 10,000 1,000 upon 10,000 meter square, which is equal to, if I cancel the zeros, I get 1 upon 10 meter square, which is also 0.1 meter square. So these are the basic units which you must remember and learn. That means you need to remember that 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 meters square, and 1000 centimeters square is equal to 0.1 meter square. So these units are usually used when we are finding area of very large area. When we are finding it, we usually convert the units, or when we have to convert a smaller unit into a bigger unit. So that's all for your exercise for this lesson, that is on perimeter and area. You will do number 16 in your classwork book, question number 16 in your classwork book. I'll give you some time to complete your work, and please submit it regularly. By the end of this week, I want the answers, your work to be done and submitted. Okay, that's all for today. I'll be seeing you all later on. Goodbye and have a nice time.